Greetings, fellow creatures of the ringed industry. As you might already be aware, Dwarf Fortress just got a huge update, called the Siege update, and while I haven't played this game seriously in a couple of years now, I thought, what better time to get back to it than now, when there's a whole bunch of stuff to learn. So that is what I'm going to do here. Gonna shake off the rust, get back some of those muscle memories, and hope to be entertaining at least a little bit through all that. Now, this is going to be a completely vanilla experience, so no mods, no DF hack, not even the lazy noob pack. Let's start with making a new world. I usually don't bother with changing any of these presets, except dialing back the mineral occurrence a little bit. Don't like being spoiled with choice. And also increasing natural savagery a little bit. For two reasons mainly. The first is that it makes mega beasts and the like more likely to appear, which always makes the game more fun. And the other reason is that ever since my very first fort, I have been in love with the idea of making meat farms out of huge creatures, kinda like a Jurassic Park situation, if there was also a slaughterhouse and meat processing plant where you could buy actual dino nuggies. Yeah, that is my dream. Don't really have many forts that are successful with that. Maybe this time. Okay, let's make the world. So here we are in the world that we created. And while I usually don't shy away from tutorials, this one seems to want to place me in a specific biome, which I will not consent to. Gonna skip the tutorial and hope that what I already know is gonna be enough. Now let's take a look around. Okay, lot of elves in their little corner of the world. Just the way it needs to be. Here are the beginnings of a glorious dwarven empire, with some puny humans in the middle. I'm okay with that. Oh, looks like this is actually 3 civilizations growing into one giant conglomeration of dwarves. That's respectable. Which means we're not going to be part of that. So we start from the Tomb of Bases. Now from around here, elves and humans are over here. What's all this? Goblin pits? Ooh, there's a lot of them. Quite close to each other. Here's some more. Okay, yeah, we are definitely going to be fighting a whole lot. Oh, now we're talking. This place also has iron, silver, copper, platinum, and lead. All very good things that every dwarf needs. And it's really close to a mountain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this place. Not gonna play around with the empire size. You can't do that. That just makes the playable map bigger or smaller. But I am going to go right here. You have selected a savage area. I know, that's why I'm going there. Wait, enemies off? Huh, that was never a thing before. I suppose that's like creative mode for this game. I do like preparing. Not too much, at least a little. But I usually like doing Where are you? I actually just buy 5 male cats. It's very important that they are all male. And buy... Where are you? Just 5 of any kind of stone. That is usually where I stop. But if I have points left, I usually buy some plump helmet spawns. Maybe some rock nuts, but we will see. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over all my dwarves and match a profession to their abilities. Be right back. And I'm back. As you can see, I have allocated skills for all my dwarves. Gonna go with 2 miners, woodcutter, carpenter, mason, 1 mechanic, and 1 farmer. If I embark on a biome that has more trees, then I usually take 2 woodcutters. But since we're going to a shrubland, 1 is gonna be adequate. I also gave some skill in planting for all my dwarves, just so when it is season, the planting can be done very quickly. And I also gave 1 point in beekeeping for everyone. Because while it's not guaranteed that you start in a map that has bees, if they have, it's going to be very profitable for you. And my farmer is actually planter plus brewer. So he's gonna be real busy. I was contemplating if I wanted to take anything else with items or animals. I think what I can do is just take some pigs. They're always a safe bet. They're gonna slowly multiply. You're gonna get a source of meat and all that. I could also take some birds. Don't usually do the micromanagement with the eggs. But it can be pretty good. Anyway, I think this is good enough. Still have a bunch of points left, but not quite sure what I would want to spend it on. You know what? I can always just get a whole bunch of wood. That takes care of the early game. We put the rest of it in stone. Yeah, here we go. Little bit of raw materials to get us situated quicker. Okay, let's just keep the fortress name random. Nitamkel Vision Metal. Okay, I can go with that one. Everything else, you think I'm gonna keep it a surprise? Now, let's embark. Got 8 unpaid skills. I know. Those are for the miners. I don't give any secondary skill to any miner of mine. Because they have one job, and one job only, and that is to mine. They exist to mine and nothing else. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Orakus and Seb. Almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings, ere the cougars get hungry. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place, Nitemkel, Vision Metal. Strike the earth. Very well. It's good to be back in this game. Even though I'm really not used to actually telling what is what at a glance. I started playing Dwarf Fortress like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Kinda like at the end of high school or something. Now let's see. We are currently in a very open area. Gonna need to dig down if we want to be secure. Okay, there's a whole bunch of wild plants. That is very good. Oh, we got hemp. We can get started on making clothes almost right away. I like that. Okay, got a bunch of willows, maples, persimmons, plums. If it is still the way I remember, then we're going to want to not cut down these trees, because we're gonna be able to get a whole bunch of fruit from them. Now, let's see. I do remember that we should be doing something with test distribution around here. This is what I wanted. Okay, only miners mine. Only the woodcutter cuts wood. Here we go. Nobody's gonna fish. Not that there is anything to fish for, really. And we're gonna get our herbalist to gather plants. Everybody plants. That was the idea. Okay, I think this is all I need. Right, and make sure that nobody will actually cook the booze that we're gonna need. Or the plump helmets. Everything else is fine. Okay. Alright then. So first order of business. We're gonna make a pen for our pigs. Zones, here we go. Gonna go with a pen. What would be a nice place for them? Should be plenty open and defensible. Something I can wall off if need be. I don't actually remember how food works for the various animals. I do remember that pigs don't really graze, so you can just keep them. I wonder if that changed. So for now, let's do this 14 by 8. make sure okay, let's accept this and put all the pigs here. I usually don't bother with the two animals that you start with, unless they are a breeding pair, of course. It's not really likely that a caravan will just bring you a yak or a horse anyway. We're going to put the cats away as well, but only once we have some established food stockpiles, because guarding those are going to be what they are good for. Okay, I think we're done. And now comes the hard part, that is making a design for the start of your base. I think I'm gonna start by making a staircase one level down. See what we find immediately. Right, you know what? The cats are gonna stay here. I do not want to be hurting them later in the game. Alright, let's see. Do you eat anything? He has no memories. Honestly, I can relate to that. No thoughts, no memories. Just pig. If only life was that easy. Okay, we have some water around here. So the safest place to dig would be this way. Let's get started on that. Need the main stockpile situated as quick as I can. Come on, why do you fish? I thought I said you shouldn't fish. That's weird. Oh, okay, and you're the expedition leader. And if I remember right, until I get more dwarves, I should also make you the militia commander and the broker and the bookkeeper, just so I would have a more accurate view of everything we do here. I think. Okay, but the question remains, how do I make you not fish? Okay, looks like I can specialize them, so they will literally do nothing but the task I have for them. suppose if you specialize them in nothing, that they effectively become holers. At some point I probably gonna end up having a couple of those. Still. Yeah, this one is character persistent. Not a bad work. So what do I want with you? Oh, this used to be so easy. You just set their fishing to off, and then they never fish again. Okay, this tree is gonna be in the way, I think. It's not even that big of a tree. Yeah, I really have the inward reflexes. Want to click on each tree individually. That's another reflex that needs to go. Okay, this is just seared, so you're going through it quite quickly. That is good. Now what I want here, first thing, is a main stockpile. It should be maybe about this big. We're gonna specialize it later. We are going to run into a bit of a trouble here with the trees. If you dig under a tree, then after you remove it, there's going to be a hole in the ground, which we don't really want, so this is gonna go. This can stay, I think. Okay, everything looks fine. I think the first thing I need here oh, this is so much easier when you can see what you're gonna do. I think a craft workshop is what I need first. Huh. Select material after placement, or use the closest material. That's very handy. Okay, we're gonna do that. Because what I want here is make a beehive. If it's here, yeah, make a wooden hive. Because once you place the hive, if this map has any bees at all, then your beekeeper is going to transplant that into yours. And from then, it is just a waiting game. And we have a hive. Now we just have to plop it down somewhere. If only I could remember where it is. Ah, here we go. It's under farming. I mean, understandable, but okay. So we're gonna plop down a hive here. Doesn't really matter where. Let's make it here then. This one hive. And since everyone is a beekeeper, someone is going to go and find a hive. Oh, you're finished already. Wonderful. Which means we're gonna make a stockpile. Right here. Okay, where is it? Yeah, nothing to catch. That's why I didn't want you to fish. Okay, did I? Ah, forgot to hit accept. Okay. Then at this point, it's going to take everything. Except wood and stone. Okay, how do I custom? Here we go. So no stone and no wood. Everything else goes. For now at least. And that's gonna work. And since we're here, let's say we make a wood stockpile. Around here. And give it 2 wheelbarrows. That way the dwarves are gonna be a little faster with gathering the wood here. Alright. It's gonna be a wood stockpile. And there we go. Oh, and look at that. There actually was a colony of honeybees on this map. So everything is according to Keikaku. Amazing. We're not going to gather products here. This is going to be the main hive. We're just gonna keep splitting it. It has outdoor access, which means it's going to be able to continue making honey. And now, all we need is make another. And then slowly our bees are gonna keep multiplying, giving us delicious honey and wax that we can use for crafts. Alright then. After everything is taken here from the wagon, we're gonna be able to disassemble it. That's gonna give us more space to place down buildings. Ah, got some bumblebees there. Unfortunately, you can't get honey out of bumblebees. Alright then. Started raining. I think I'm going to stop the episode here. I know most of this has been just me trying to make sense of it again. Probably a couple episodes after this are going to be like that, until I shed all the previous reflexes that I got from RimWorld and get back into Dwarf Fortress. But if you did like this video with all its awkwardness, then please give it a like. If you want to see more, then subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try getting these videos out with a bit of regularity. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.